Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26. We are on day 17, and today is a little bit special because today New Japan Pro Wrestling is providing their own English commentary. So rather than attempting to outdo the professionals, we'll be doing our live reactions, which is a much more casual, laid-back kind of vibe. We're not going to worry too much about calling all the moves perfectly. We're just going to sit back, watch the show, react to it as we normally would, and enjoy. That being said, we have our timestamps on New Japan World set. John, what was it, 14:25?
15:25, brother.
15:25. That was my mistake. I have it on my phone, so I didn't have it pulled up immediately. But we are at 15:25 on New Japan World. And if you get there as you can, we are going to be hitting the play button when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we've got Mr. Captain New Japan here teaming with YOSHITATSU, and they are about to get destroyed because they are taking on the Briscoe brothers.
Exactly. And oh man, live reacting in the words of Curtis Axel, the chains are off. I have arrived. Yeah. And now Captain New Japan, look at that, just getting kicked in the corner. He's worthless. God, I've been holding that in. Yeah, Jay Briscoe. This is the first and only time I'm ever going to cheer for you in your miserable life. Look at that running face wash there. And then Jobber Briscoe gets in on the fun.
I'm glad that you feel like you can let the chains loose, brother.
Oh my God, all this venom is coursing through me and it feels amazing. And there's the tag to Jobber Briscoe.
Your scum squad is gonna love this.
Oh my God, don't you know it? That's how I even advertise, like, Scum Squad assemble. We in this bitch. And now Jobber Briscoe, nice delay vertical. And I'll tell you, Captain New Japan.
I don't know how big your scum squad is, but so far only 3 people are watching us, brother. You might want to call them to action.
Hey, scum squad, where the hell are you? I counted on you. You know what, though? They are incredibly dependable. I'm sure they'll be here when they want to be here. And now here comes YOSHITATSU, who, quite honestly, has got a little bit of that Chris Hero build going on in my mind. He's definitely looking a little bit thicker.
Okay. I mean, that's the most polite way I've ever heard anyone call someone fat.
Well, I mean, doesn't he, though? Like, it can't just be me. I feel like he's got a little bit of...
He's got a six-pack. He has a six-pack.
I never really noticed...
Don't get me wrong, he's got, like, love handles, but he still has, like, a six-pack, and he's still got pecs and stuff. I don't know. I think Chris Hero has let himself go a little bit beyond this.
Right.
I think this is more like the Damian Sandow build, you know?
Yeah, there you go, there you go. And aren't the Briscoes champions currently?
They are the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, yes.
That's right, because I think I remember them saying, like, if they won those titles, they could finally afford a triple wide. And now Jay Briscoe gets the tag.
I didn't know that, but that's amazing if so.
And look at Jay Briscoe thinking he's hot shit. I mean, he's got to be wanting to barf in his mouth, knowing, oh my God, I'm in the ring with Captain New Japan. I mean, just a little while ago, I was this undefeated king of the world in my promotion, competing for world titles, and now I'm in here with this scrub.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. And listen, I know we're not doing actual commentary, but I've got to field you a very important question that's been on my mind. Will Captain New Japan ever not be a failure?
I think the easiest way to answer that is just to say, yeah, no.
Okay, that's fair enough. See, I just always operated under the assumption that his parents thought he was a complete disgrace, but I really can't say that for certain, as now the Briscoes are really isolating Captain New Japan because he's a man without any help, because even YOSHITATSU gave up on him. Man, and just like that, I think it's going to be over right here.
That might actually be it. Yeah.
Wow. You are beyond a disgrace, Captain New Japan. I don't even know why you try.
That match was less than 4 minutes. That was like 3.5 minutes.
I think Toru Yano's mouth even dropped, thinking, oh my God, a match that was shorter than even mine.
I mean, at least Yano usually goes 6 or 7 minutes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Toriano's like, wow, Captain New Japan, I'm glad we never tagged together. Yeah, freaking disgrace.
And even when that does happen, it's typically, you know, Yano winning. Like freaking Captain New Japan, man. Freaking Captain New Japan. And now that's that's really the only, I guess, yeah, maybe not. This match and then the next match are both kind of we're gonna toss our lower card guys out there because the next one does have G1 implications. It's got Nagata and Honma on opposite teams, and those guys are in fact facing each other tomorrow. But everyone else in this next match has been somebody that has been sort of a lower card guy so far. It's Nakanishi, Liger, and Tiger Mask. And then on Honma's team, it's Taguchi, and then the two young lions, Juice Robinson and David Finlay.
Oh my god, poor Honma. Gets stuck with a man that thinks being offensive means using your ass. And I mean, Juice Robinson's cool. Actually, you know what? Me and Juice, we're on good terms. David Finlay, though, your father weeps. Get your shit together, son. How many times do I have to defend you on English? Oh, you know, there's potential there. Start realizing it, you asshat. God. Oh, God, this feels so good.
I can tell. I'm so glad that you're enjoying yourself.
I'm
so glad New Japan decided to provide English commentary of their own for once.
And you know what, though? You know it, too. You know that David Finlay's a failure. I'm asking you, why does he even try? Tell me why he tries right now.
He's very young. I think he tries to try and get better.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's not good enough. Suck less, David Finlay. Get better my ass. All right. Honma's I'm just really
maybe live reactions are the only thing keeping you in check.
Look, I'm just really turned up right now, okay? And now here comes David Finlay, who maybe I'm just projecting because his, he actually has a beard going on that I envy, but regardless, there's Taguchi, and I won't...
Oh, stop it. You've got a sweet-ass goatee going on. Don't even act.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I hate the mustache combo because, I mean, that's just all kinds of inconveniences, but I do love the goatee. And yeah, look at this. Look at this collection of misfits. Oh, my God.
I've seen you with and without a mustache, and just keep the mustache, seriously.
I mean, that does seem to be public opinion. Jury's still out internally, though.
I mean, you can trim it. You don't have to keep it long. Just,
And see, like, my personality has always been, and I guess that kind of is actually telling with our live reactions. I'm either, it's a very black and white kind of dichotomy with me. I either go all in or not at all. All of this, like, in between, like, oh, you can trim it and manscaping. Like, I'm too lazy for that. And I'll be forthcoming. It's totally laziness. Which... Do
you not have a decent, razor or anything that you...
Oh, I think the equipment is decent. It's just the will isn't there. I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, it's this other circumstance. I really just think it falls on me. Just like it's going to fall on these scrubs.
Although I guess I don't know how sensitive your skin is, but personally, if I want to trim my mustache, I just freaking do it. Like, I don't have to worry about, putting shaving cream on or setting anything up. I just go into the bathroom, lay down a paper towel to make sure that nothing falls into the sink, and trim my mustache, and then I pick up the paper towel and throw it away. And that's
right. There you go. That's the easy way. See, Cody Rhodes, if you ever decide to be dashing again, and maybe you will when we get around to watching Bola this year, there are some grooming tips for you.
Freaking December.
I know.
PWG took so damn long to actually release those DVDs last year.
I know. I mean, PWG, you're so good, but the wait is agonizing. I'll tell you, the only guy I really respect in here, and I mean really respect, and this is coming from a lot for Johnny Scumbag when it seems like I'm just completely misanthropic, is Jushin Thunder Liger. I'll tell you something. That guy can still go, and he's good, and he's just comedic and lighthearted, and I think he's got a good attitude. So, yeah, Liger's good with me. Everybody else, they can get fucked. But here we are, this collection of misfits right here. Look at him. Even David Finlay looks like, I'm so ready. You ain't ready for shit. Who do you got in this match?
The team that has Nagata and Nakanishi on it, probably.
Okay. So we're in agreement there. Yeah, they're totally gonna run over these guys because two young lions just aren't ready to.
You got to look at it. You got to look at it logically. There are actually two competent former tag team champion type tag teams on that team, whereas mishmash of Honma and a junior and then a couple of young lions. It's just weird.
Look at Taguchi. I mean, he's itching to use his ass, and it bothers him when he doesn't use it. There's the arm drag there by Tiger Mask.
Taguchi? More like not Gucci, fam.
I saw he did that, and there's the ass. You really couldn't help yourself. Oh my god. And thank you, Tiger Mask. Don't deal with that shit. You don't know where that ass has been. Actually, you do. Because every time you see a Taguchi match, it gets up in everybody's face. That is so unsanitary.
It really is, John.
And this man is a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. What was the fucking state of your division? Why? No. That's right.
Well, obviously, it was before Kenny Omega showed up to clean it.
Oh, dude, you're so right. I can't wait for Kenny Omega versus Naito now, since English commentary is doing the final few days. That's going to be amazing. Freaking Naito's going down.
Bonkers.
I know, dude. And now this mammoth Nakanishi. Damn it, Taguchi ducked. And again with the ass. There are other parts of your body. You have limbs, legs, and arms to use. All right, Juice. Show him how it's done. There you go, Juice.
Lariat. Another lariat. He's killing it.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you do it. Who's the young lion here? I have to wonder.
I really like Juice Robinson, man. I liked him as CJ Parker, and when he was doing his whole, save the planet shtick, I loved that. I was so disappointed when he left, but now it's awesome to see him here.
You know what though?
He's killing it.
I love the shtick too, dude. But I just feel like he's gotten even better since coming to New Japan. I love his look. It seems like he's, definitely improved his physique. I love his energy in the ring. I feel like if he was to come back to NXT with being Juice Robinson-esque, I mean, obviously they would need a new name and stuff like that. I could see him doing really well. I'm really happy to see him be so committed to doing this for a living that he goes overseas and he really plies his craft. And Nagata doesn't give a fuck about any of that because he just kicked Juice Robinson in the corner. And now here comes, my God, one of the biggest failures I have ever known in my life, and Honma. Look at his taped up midsection, or bandaged, I should say.
I feel so bad for Honma. He had those 2 wins, and it was he got this attitude, yeah, I'm actually good now, and then he hasn't won since.
Yeah, he was disillusioned after the first loss. He was just thinking to himself, I finally got it, and then reality just bitch slapped him right across the face.
Yeah, I wonder why his ribs are taped. Who did that to him?
I am curious about that as well.
Elgin?
Maybe Elgin, because that was his most recent tournament bout. That's right, Nagata.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Honma thinking he's going to do something. Oh, come on. Really? Oh, now missed the cacao.
He hit it, too. The first attempt, he actually hit it.
Wow. Fuck you, Honma. Fuck you.
I love it.
Making me look like shit up here.
Fire Thunder Driver already.
That's right.
Yeah, dude. To me, I think that unless you count the Noah guys, Nagata has been the biggest surprise of this tournament so far. I've really enjoyed all of his matches.
Oh, I've enjoyed all of his matches too. I mean, I used to just think that he was so old and in the way, but honestly, Nagata, yeah, he's been going to distance for sure. And
I think those first 2 matches against Naito and Evil really helped him, in my opinion. Really made him kind of stand out among the crowd.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially him winning those 2 matches, wow, he just beat both stalemates of Los Ingobernables de Japón. And now here comes the David Finlay sequence. Has your father not talked to you yet? And yeah, breaking it up.
Have a word with your father, damn it.
Exactly. And I see what you did there. That was great. I mean, I was a huge, when he had his SmackDown run. Oh, and now is he going to get caught by this? He does. You're pathetic. That was the same movie going on. What was it, last week? Or there was a match where he lost to that same pinning combination, dude.
Dude, this week, last week, it's G1. It all runs together.
You're so right. You're so right. Do better, David. Do better. Oh, my God.
He's a disgrace to the Finlay name.
He is, though. Like, your father should punch you straight in the mouth. And I know what you're all thinking. Oh, my God. Are you advocating abuse within the home? No. No. It is an education in what they do. Pro wrestling. Do better at it, David. Suck less. Yeah.
Honma's calling out Nagata. Do you know how pointless this posturing is, Honma? You guys are both out of the tournament.
Dude, he is such a dumbass. Like, I still can't get over. Naito, I want a competitive match, okay? Me and you, right? Oh, sure, dude. Sure, absolutely. Here, let's shake on it. Really? Yeah. You're not going to jump me? Dude. I take the code of wrestling very seriously. Have you not seen me? Okay. And then he gets beat down. Like, you're a fucking moron. Why do you
seriously, have you literally not seen me?
Exactly. Oh, my God.
Oh, Honma, you try so hard.
Yeah, go to the back, re-dye your hair, and then cry about the futility of your life. Just do it.
How often he has to dye that hair to keep it as blonde as it is?
Probably too often. He probably does that so much it detracts from him actually, bettering himself so he could actually, win matches. Freaking 2-0, and then just goes all the way downhill. And now there's two.
You know what, though? I do think that was a cool story that they told with him doubling his previous U1 record in 2 matches and then just falling apart.
And bro, you just saw, I was gonna make a big thing about it, but I wanted you to finish your statement. Liger's exit. I know you've really been wanting that. He finally did it. The camera was finally on it. That was
yeah,
great.
I know. It's about frickin' time.
It's a shame Nakanishi didn't want to try, but you know what? Unlike Honma, Nakanishi actually recognizes his limitations. I respect that. Don't try if you're gonna make an ass of yourself.
I like Nakanishi.
Yeah, he's cool.
I really do like Nakanishi. So now, this is where things start getting interesting because we're actually getting a new person that we haven't seen yet in New Japan. Another Pro Wrestling Noah guy named Atsushi Kotoge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's teaming up with Nakajima, Toru Yano, and YOSHI-HASHI. And then the other team in this is Elgin, Shibata, Kojima, and Kushida.
That's gonna be a stacked tag team match. There we go. And I'm very curious about this guy.
Yeah, I looked him up a little bit last night. Nothing extensive, but he is very much a junior heavyweight. He's pretty thin, and he is kind of a hybrid style. Like, he does a little bit of high flying, does some technical stuff. He kind of does a little bit of everything. He has a couple finishers, but the one that I saw was actually really kind of similar to Kofi Kingston's SOS.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool.
And there is Nakajima, who I'll be honest, I'm going to walk away from this tournament a fan of this guy. Actually, that wasn't Nakajima. That's Nakajima. Yeah, so much for that statement, right? There's Nakajima. I was like, wow, that's an interesting new attire. Maybe he's just busting it out because we're in the, the final stretch here. And I'm guessing that person, though, was Kotoge. And
the guy in the pink hood, yeah, that's Kotoge.
And yeah, Nakajima, I am going to walk away from this tournament a fan of his. I love his striking style, how vicious he is. He seems like a more competent Shibata. And yeah, just great stuff.
Wow, a more competent Shibata, even though they have the same record.
Yeah, well, you know what? Shibata lost to Toru Yano, whereas I think, didn't Nakajima beat Toru Yano?
Actually, no. Shibata has a better record than Nakajima. Shibata's 5-3. Nakajima's 4-4.
Toru Yano. That's my response to that. And it's just like, why do I even try and logic with you? It's impossible. And
well, who else has Toru Yano beaten though?
Elgin, Nagata.
Well, there you go. You like Elgin,
right?
Well, I mean, why would you hold that against him?
Well, I do hold it against him. You're the freaking Intercontinental Champion, and you probably thought, oh, it's not going to happen to me, and yet you didn't protect your balls. Why does nobody protect their balls against Toru Yano? It's a cup.
If there's ever a match to wear a cup to, yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm guessing cups. I mean, I've never needed one because, I actually take good care of my balls, but that's neither here nor there. I'm guessing it's relatively inexpensive. Just buy one and be done with it.
Yeah, especially on that New Japan salary, baby.
Exactly. You know what's up, see? And then here's a guy where, I gotta say, I haven't really been holding anything back. I really have grown to like YOSHI-HASHI in this tournament. I think he's a cool dude.
YOSHI-HASHI is one where I've been holding back. I think he's still a freaking jobber.
Wow. You know what, though? I like it. Bare those teeth. Own that shit.
I can't stand YOSHI-HASHI, man. Like, he thinks he's Kojima with that freaking lariat and that hair, and he's just not as good.
So, do you actually like Kojima, like talking sincerely?
Oh, yeah. I think Kojima's awesome. Kojima, like, a lot of the old guard guys that I didn't know about last year, I've grown to really like Kojima, Nagata, Nakanishi, Tenzan even. I really enjoyed Tenzan in this tournament.
Yeah, Tenzan in this tournament, I gotta say, I enjoyed him far more than I did last year.
Yeah.
And the guy coming out, Shibata, I enjoyed him about equally. In fact, I may have even enjoyed him a little more last year because he was newer to me then. And, it was just so great. And he had that match with Tanahashi, and you had really made an excellent point of just staying on like that beef and letting everybody know the story. That has since been squashed, but I'm really hoping that when Shibata locks eyes with Toru Yano, he gets triggered. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, put that towel down. Ain't no wrestler get caught by shit like that.
This match, Toru Yano pinning Shibata.
I would laugh so hard. I would laugh so hard if that happened.
You know what, though? If it leads to a Wrestle Kingdom 11 match between Yano as Intercontinental Champion and Shibata, where Shibata gets to win the title, I'm okay with it.
And Shibata, at this rate, he may unify the never open weight and Intercontinental Championships if that were to happen. That would be really cool.
And there's Michael Elgin.
Yeah, drowning in gold. I'll tell you, and again, very serious point here. So happy for Elgin as a human being, kind of getting this, I don't necessarily say a revival in his career, but it definitely seems like coming into Japan really did something for him, because it seemed like in his final few months in ROH, he was just kind of going through the motions, whatever. Didn't even really seem all that happy to be there. I think he's loved every moment of competing in front of Japanese crowds and really just living his dream. He's the freaking Intercontinental Champion. That's huge.
Yeah, that really is huge, because Nakamura, that's his, or that was for a while his. And there you see Toru Yano throwing water at Kojima. I love Toru. Toru Yano has gone from, oh yeah, he's funny, to legitimately one of my favorite performers in New Japan.
Dude, I love how he comes by being such a piece of shit so honestly.
So good, right?
I cheat all of you out of your victories, and I can still manage to wear a smile and sleep pretty damn well at night. I love it. And speaking of things that I love or don't love, another area I've been holding back, guys, I was really, and I think you were too, brother, I was really rooting for Will Ospreay at Dominion. I've kind of gotten over Kushida. I liked him at first. I think I liked him more with Alex Shelley when it was a tag team, but as a singles competitor, I like his style of strikes and wearing down an arm and whatnot, but there are so many guys that I feel like do it better than he does, and I'm just kind of over it. I feel like Kushida's in that OP kind of category.
Kushida is just one of those guys for me where it's just when he gets in the ring, my eyes roll into the back of my head. Oh my God, I just don't care.
Right, he really is, and I don't know if this is hyperbole, and may not be to you. I don't know if anybody, listens after may think so. But to me, Kushida's in that Usos territory where I started out liking you, but now I'm just so over it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the difference with me is that I don't think I ever liked the Usos, honestly, except for when they showed up at first as heels.
Right, yeah. Man, and Ospreay's just been on fire. I really wanted him to win that belt. I was like, man, that'd be so great. Yeah. But again, the whole culture.
I'm really curious to see what the final card is for G1's finals day on Sunday, because we know two matches. We know that the Briscoes are going to be defending the IWGP tag titles against Adam Page and Yujiro Takahashi, and we know that Jay Lethal is defending the ROH title against Kojima, and of course we know that the A block winner is going to face the B block winner. We've probably still got 7 or 8 matches other than that that we're gonna get that I don't know about, that I don't know what we're gonna actually get.
Right, and today is a block day, correct? Because it's an odd day, or am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay, that was good. That was close. I was like, made this big statement. I even gave my rationale. If I'm wrong, I'll never be able to show my face. But who's competing for the right to be the winner of the block again? Like, who's really in the running?
Who's really in the running? I would say Okada, Tanahashi, Marufuji, Goto, and Bad Luck Fale.
Okay, that's right. We got Okada Tanahashi today. Holy shit! Yeah, it's
Dude, we have some insane matches today. Like Makabe Ishii is happening today.
Yes,
that's always amazing, consistently. Fale is actually taking on Tamatonga, so that's like a stable feud thing.
Right.
You know about Tanahashi Okada, and then the other match today is Goto Marufuji, which I'm really hyped for.
Oh, dude, you should be. That's going to be excellent. Yeah, that card sounds stacked. And we go to the opposite of stacked. Yawn. Come on, Nakajima. Kick Kushida's head off.
So, unfortunately, I think that the result of Goto Marufuji, unless they go to a draw, which I highly doubt happens, the result of that match is pretty much a dead giveaway for who's winning the block.
Right.
And therefore, who's winning Tanahashi Okada. Because if Marufuji wins, Tanahashi's going to win the block. If Goto wins, Okada's going to win the block. I'm just saying.
Okay. Interesting breakdown. I'm going to remember that you said that. And you're probably right.
Well, the thing is, like, with New Japan, they like to typically save the actual match that determines the block winner for last. So, like, if Goto wins, then I guess it could go either way. But if Marufuji wins, you know for sure that Tanahashi's winning the block because Marufuji beat Okada, and they're not going to have Okada win only for Marufuji to win the block.
Yeah, you're right. Shit. And you know what, like,
So that tells me that match is probably going to end up just being Goto. Goto's probably going to win because I think Tanahashi and Okada both beat him, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So if Goto wins, that still at least leaves more ambiguity to the situation, I would think, of who's going to win. Whereas Marufuji really would be the dead giveaway. Look at Yano. Yeah! Sent his back into that exposed turnbuckle. OP piece of crap. Stomp on him again.
And if Bad Luck Fale wins, then that really is a dead giveaway because then you know Tanahashi's winning because he's beaten Okada, but he didn't beat Tanahashi, even though he should have.
See, God, you know, I know, right? And to me, I'm conflicted because obviously I don't even want to get to the what I would call the danger zone of Tanahashi. Danger zone. Nice. Of winning 2 straight G1 climaxes because, dude, honestly, if that happens, remember how we said, like, with AAA, if Team AAA wins 2 years in a row, that's going to be such a turnoff? Well, I'm the same way with this. Like, I don't want Tanahashi to win 2 years in a row. That's bullshit.
You know what, though, dude? I think Tanahashi might beat like a Kenny Omega from the B block only for Naito to end up coming back and taking the briefcase from him between now and Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, that's true. God, I don't really know. Because obviously, I will say this, we want to talk about things that this like G1 Climax has done. Like you've really grown to love the old guard and stuff like that. What this G1 Climax has done for me above all else is we see Shibata actually cooking, and that's good because he's not in the ring with Toru, so he should.
Well, speaking of which, though, it's funny because like you would think Shibata and YOSHI-HASHI were going to be facing each other sometime because of how intense they are with each other, but no, they're not even opponents tomorrow. They've already faced.
Exactly, and Shibata won that bout. Now he's reminding
Shibata is actually facing Evil, and YOSHI-HASHI's facing his Chaos teammate over there, Toru Yano.
But yeah, I will say the biggest takeaway for me of this tournament, I said earlier, like, oh, I became a fan of Nakajima, or this happened, or that happened. The biggest thing, I have fallen absolutely in love with Kenny Omega. Like, that is the biggest thing that's happened to me this year.
Yep, I could tell.
Freaking like, dude, I love Naito too. This isn't even going to be a case where I'm all Johnny scumbag to Naito. I love Naito, and he is plying his craft, I think, better than anybody right now. It's so good. But Kenny Omega,
I think Naito might have a legitimate case to be considered to be the best in the world right now. He's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. He just gets it, man. Like, I don't think there's any other, and he does have the fan sports. I don't even know if I could call him a full-blown heel. And look at that.
Kojima's a beast, man. I love Kojima now.
I'm excited for his match with Jay Lethal on Finals Day. I think those
two. That's on Sunday, actually.
Yeah. Koji Cutter versus.
And then, I mean, I guess Jay Lethal needs to get a quick flight home back to the States because then Friday he's got a match, I think, against Adam Cole for the ROH World title. Should be
very interesting. I mean, Adam Cole never shuts the fuck up about how he wants to be ROH World Champion again. I don't blame him for that. Look, we all have goals. And just he wants to be champion so badly. That's
I don't know why, man. I wouldn't want to be ROH World Champion. I would want to be ROH ex-employee so that I could go to NXT and actually have a shot.
I know. When are we? And you know what? And that's probably when I'm going to fall in love with him all over again. I just think he needs a change of scenery, like the Finn Balor situation. Even though it was the same company going on the main roster, I've really been digging Finn Balor all over again. I want to see Brock Vaughn. Damn it!
Here's Kotoge in the ring now. I think.
Oh,
I don't even remember. I looked up some of his finishing moves and stuff last night, but I don't remember seeing anything off the top rope. Oh my God, just a splash. That's going to be it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was almost like a Rey Mysterio.
Yep, that's it. The ref hit 3! Kushida, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're such a bully.
I guess that they're counting that as an actual breakup, even though the ref clearly counted a 3.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that a guy that we're only seeing for the first time would pin a guy that's going to be competing for a title on Finals Day. But we'll just color that as a botch that they're going to choose to ignore.
Yeah, Kushida. Oh, and there's the cutter.
Yeah, shut Kushida down. I'm tired of his shit. Ah, crap.
Oh, but there's Kojima. Oh, look at this. Nice pump kick.
Yeah, like just in a throat.
Oh, kill switch. His kill switch. This is actually a finisher for him. Kill switch.
Not today.
Oh, Koji cutter. Oh my God, he took that horribly.
He really did. I do like when I'm seeing the
that's it. It's over.
Yep. Oh my God, rolling right along to that ROH World Title match, baby.
Look at GG.
Koji was like, "Good fight, kid. It just wasn't good enough."
It's been real, brother.
I like that coming in color.
Oh, and by the way, just so that everyone right now that's watching, I know there aren't that many people watching, but those of you that are, we will be doing all 5 tournament matches in one video today, just because it's live reactions and not English commentary.
Oh, yeah, I like the sound of that, brother.
I figured you would.
I'll tell you guys, the Johnny Scumbag and me, I'm a little sour that Kushida's on the winning team. Fuck Kushida. And
it's funny too because like a lot of people that have been watching New Japan for a while still really like Kushida, and we've been only watching him for like a year and a half, and we're already sick of his shit.
Dude, and maybe I'm wrong because I know we only do like selective coverage of New Japan. Like it's one where we have our finger on the pulse, but not as hard as say, of course, WWE or Lucha Underground or other places. But he just comes off as so OP to me, and I can't stand that.
It's just like he kind of reminds me of like Rey Mysterio in his sort of prime in WWE, where it's like somebody that's small. Like I can understand them beating a bigger guy, but for him to be as dominant as he is against bigger guys takes me out of it a lot.
Exactly. Like put that dominance to good use. Make them like a defining, which I guess they are doing with Kushida, to be fair, and that's the only forgiveness I will give them. He is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and that is where he's being dominant. So whatever Junior Heavyweight steps up to beat him. He's
still only a Junior Heavyweight Champion. Like juniors should be losing to heavyweights at every single pass. Like I can understand protecting him in the sense that you never have him lose to juniors and young lions, but when he goes up against heavyweights, he should get destroyed, and he doesn't. He is like, typically he actually does the destroying, like with his freaking jumping forward double heel kick, kicking the opponents in the corner, and his freaking constant attempts to use that damn Kimura. Just change it up, please.
Yeah, dude. I'm so glad we get to let loose on the people that we think suck, and we get to be very honest about the people we've grown to love through the course of this tournament, or our love is only solidified.
Which is literally happening right now because Los Ingobernables de Japón is coming out.
Fucking love these guys. Oh my God. So good.
And, dude, it's hilarious too because we were just talking about yesterday, or on Wednesday rather, about the new member being added to Worldwide Underground. Well, Jay Lethal has been officially a member of Los Ingobernables de Japón for a few months now, and this is going to be the first time we're seeing him actually compete with them in a tag match. He's actually teaming with the dominant team of Naito, Evil, and Bushi to take on the Bullet Club.
Do you think he's going to enhance their synergy, or do you think it might be a little off, him really being in the mix of these guys?
I don't know. I mean, how do you really enhance something that's been perfect so far?
That is true. That is an excellent retort because, yeah, these guys are just so fun to watch. And, guys, if you are joining us on New Japan World, maybe this is your first time checking out because maybe you only wanted to check in for the final stretch, which I can totally understand. I mean, you're in for a treat because these guys, when I tell you I haven't enjoyed six-man tags like this since the days of the Shield, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. And really, this is an 8-man tag.
And also, can I just say, Bushi's mask game is on freaking point.
Yes.
There's a different mask for every single show, and they've all been amazing so far.
Yeah, you guys, I want you guys to understand something from the scumbag perspective. Every time I said on commentary, oh, Bushi's in there with Kushida, and if you could just pin him, he'd be in the title line. You have no idea how badly I actually wanted that to happen because I think
Dude, I know, right? Me too, man. Like anytime Kushida was in there with someone other than Geto, I was hoping that they would pin him just because, like, please give me a new junior heavyweight champion contender. Just anyone at this point, anyone other than Geto.
Yeah, for the last time tonight, fuck Kushida. As now Naito just kicking the guardrail there. I love how he gives everybody.
But not as much as Geto.
Oh, man. And look at that. Look at that. Naito domineering was I love how him and Bad Luck Fale just treat everybody like shit.
Freaking Geto, man. Like, that's my thing, too, with Geto.
Right.
He went, I think, like 1-8. Or 1-9 or something like that. Oh, and they're Naito and Steve Corino have a thing. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So I love that Geto went like 1-8, and of course his one win had to be against Bushi. Like, I guess that shows you what he sees in Bushi, because not only is he booking himself to win a match in Best of Super Juniors, but he's booking himself to win a match against Bushi of all people.
You know what my response to that is? My response to that, because I told you, like, it was like 2 weeks ago, I was on a binge of Kevin Nash shoot interviews, and I actually watched one where it was on the Austin podcast, and Austin was running out all his championship accomplishments, and all Kevin Nash had to say to that was, well, the power of wielding a pencil, am I right? And that's pretty much it with Geto. Like, wow, pencil has a lot of power. I can book whatever I want. Fuck Geto. That's a new one. Fuck Geto.
I mean, I guess the good thing there is at least he consistently books himself as a loser in these tag matches. So I can't.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And for the most part, he did book himself as a loser in Super Juniors. It's just you beat the guy that I actually like, so I'm salty about it.
Yeah, like, why couldn't you beat Taguchi? Seriously.
Yeah, he uses his ass. I'd believe anybody coming in and beating Taguchi. Oh my God. Yes!
Welcome to the House of Truth.
Dude, I haven't listened to his theme in so long, but I love it. I just love, like, the Truth Martini laugh to start, and then just the music, and just everything is so right. And, you know,
the newly bald Jay Lethal.
And I'll tell you what, man, Jay Lethal, I still love him. But he's starting to get to that territory with me of Adam Cole. Like, I'll never, like, completely turn on either guy. It's just I want to see them go somewhere else. Like,
don't get me wrong. I can still appreciate how much better he is now than he was when he was in TNA, but he has grown so old on me. Like, I am so done with Jay Lethal in ROH. And specifically as ROH champion, like, please, dude, you're so young. Do something with your life. Stop being content where you are.
You know, and he said in interviews, like, he loves what he's doing in ROH, but it would be a dream come true. You know, he grew up watching WWE. You know, he would love to compete there. And I'm like, dude, you'd be so good there. And isn't he still so young yet? I feel like Jay Lethal's only, like, what, 31? I don't think he's that old.
I don't even know if he's 30 yet, dude.
Yeah, like, dude, you have so much to give. And I don't want to crap on ROH. I don't want this to be that kind of session, but goddamn, man, you're so much better than that promotion to me. I mean, maybe I'm speaking to
Oh, right, he is 31 actually.
Wow, that is so rare that that happens, that I get an age right. But yeah, I figured, because it wasn't that long ago I was looking up to him. I know, I feel so excessively proud of myself. Don't worry, people. Before too long, I'll be brought back down all over again. And here comes a man that, my God, and I know for a fact Kenny Omega's 32 years old.
Omega is, yeah, he's teaming up with a kind of a mishmash here. Although Yujiro, Takahashi, and Hangman Page, aka Adam Page, are really, I guess they're technically a tag team now because they are teaming up to take on the Briscoes, so they had to earn that title shot somehow.
Right. God, I love
But then
Kenny
the other two
Omega.
guys in this are Kenny Omega and Tanga from the Gorillas of Destiny, formerly Camacho.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Saturday is going to be something, because it's not even one of those matches where, in all sincerity, I can't be pissed or rant if Naito wins, because Naito's excellent. We all know that. No need to put up any kind of a front. But
No,
I would
dude,
be...
I would love Naito to win, but I legitimately think that he's going to end up in the Intercontinental title picture. I think he's going to, they might even, because of how hot he is and because, like, the shows that he main events draw better than pretty much any other show, including shows that Okada main events, they might just go all in on Naito and give him both world titles. Give him the world title and the Intercontinental title, I mean.
Dude, that would be huge. That'd be fucking insane. And you know what? Again, like, I can't even make, no, it should be this. No, Naito freaking deserves it. To have the 180 that he had, to go from, I mean, you even said, like, Kofi Kingston-esque, where, like, oh, he's good there and he could compete against, like, the really big guys, but he'll never get there, to being just such a great performer. And like you said, a legitimate contender for the claim of best in the world right now. Jesus Christ. I love stories like that, mainly because they're so rare.
Well, and dude, the thing is, like, I know that I don't, at least I don't think you've gone back, but I actually went back and watched his CMLL excursion, and he, even back then, even after, like, immediately after the heel turn, when he started kind of using the little personality quirks that we see in him now, like the, slow walk into the ring and kind of abusing, non-wrestler personnel and that kind of stuff. Even if you compare what he's at now to what he was back then, it's still night and day. He's still so much better now than he was when he first turned. And he was amazing when he first turned. Like, I'm not trying to take that away from him, but the difference is clear that he has improved so much over the last, I don't know, like 16 months.
Oh, dude, it's an incredible story. It's an incredible story. I'd be very curious what longtime Naito fans, like people that were even a fan of his babyface work, really thought about his, metamorphosis and his excursion that made it happen. Because, yeah, like, I never outright hated him, but he was just really one of those guys as a babyface that was kind of there for me. Like, oh, it's a Naito match. That's good filler. And that's really the word that comes to my mind would be filler.
Kind of like almost like a less hateable Kushida.
Exactly. But, oh, now look at this. I can't fucking wait for these two to go one-on-one. That is going to be such a freaking barn burner. Because you want to talk about people growing. I liked Kenny Omega as a junior heavyweight. Something about him working with heavyweights and moving up in that class, and the V-triggers and the Toru crushers and just all the shit that he does. My God, he's magnificent.
He's really, really good. I'm glad you've finally kind of, in a sense, discovered Kenny Omega, because I feel like we've seen some of his work in the past, but this G1 has really been your first prolonged exposure to him in ring, and I'm really glad that he struck you as well as he has. That's awesome.
Oh, dude, to make my top 10, and again, like I tell people, and I make no bones about it, my top, which just shows you the amazing fucking era of wrestling that we're in. Top 5 changes all the time. The only two really consistent people, I would say, are Mundo and Kevin Owens at 1 and 2 respectively. Everybody else, it's like it's up for grabs. And when Mundo retires, it's going to be really chaotic, whenever that may be. Because
hopefully in a decade or two.
Hopefully in a decade or two. We'll cryogenically freeze him. We'll reverse the aging process so we can just keep wrestling over and over again for my amusement. And of course, he'd get paid, so he'd be filthy rich. And now, here we go. What's Camacho's new name in New Japan? I don't want to be disrespectful, and I want to get it right.
Well, the thing is, it's spelled differently every time I see it. It's either Tongaloa or Tongaroa.
I'm going to go with Tongaroa because I feel like I've heard you say that name more. So I'm going to go with that. And yeah, I like Tongaroa, though. I mean, I was a fan of Camacho when he was running with Hunico in WWE, but this Gorillas of Destiny, a badass team.
Yeah, I gotta admit, like, I never really saw much in Camacho in WWE. I was always a fan of Hunico when they were running together. I never really saw much in Camacho, and it's awesome to see him in such a successful tag team. And I think that he and Tama Tonga really have been killing it. I mean, I was so disappointed when they lost to the Briscoes. I thought that they were doing way too good of work to be losing the tag titles that quickly.
Yeah, and really, and again, I hate to be salty here, but I'm going to be, particularly to those guys. Like, the Briscoes have already done so much. Did they really need those belts? Like, I have to wonder sometimes, you know? Like, I have to wonder, like, what goes on. Because Gorillas of Destiny, they seem newer. They were hot. I agree with you. Their work was exceptional. And you want to talk about exceptional. Adam Page, another guy that I really wish he wasn't in ROH, because if he was anywhere else, you know, particularly like an NXT or a Lucha Underground comes to mind, I'd be following his work religiously because I love what I see whenever he's on my screen. Yeah, really great guy. Oh my God, dude. Absolutely. I freaking love wrestling right now. I feel like we've got so many great performers. Our only qualm is that some of those great performers are in promotions we just don't follow that intensely. Nice.
Right, well, I mean, my thing with ROH isn't, you know, that it's a horrible promotion or anything like that. It's honestly, my problem with ROH is kind of the same problem I had with TNA in like 2005. Like, you have an amazing roster, you have so many talented people, but for some reason you just kind of keep falling back on the same few hand-picked people, and you refuse to create new stars.
Exactly. Like, here's my thing. With ROH, how can I put this? Let me start first with this point. Why I love Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is I think Pro Wrestling Guerrilla comes by it honestly. I think, you know, when you're watching Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, every match is going to be insane. Every match is going to be treated like it's main event worthy, sometimes to the promotion's own detriment, but at least they're honest about it. ROH, I feel like, I don't know, they try and be something, or they try and promote themselves as something, but they're not. Like you said, it takes forever to push some of the young guys. I feel like some of the matches are ridiculous and they take me out, because I can expect it with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. That's just, I feel like, the air that they carry. With ROH, I don't know, just the word is disingenuous. There's something disingenuous to me about the promotion I can't quite put my finger on. There's now Naito back in there. God, Naito's so good. And man, don't even get me started on TNA. I mean,
oh my God. Holy, oh my God. He just spit on everyone. I've never seen such an impressive projectile spit in my life.
Apparently, partner, you all right over there? That was great.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Man. I'm glad, partner. I'm glad.
Oh my God, I'm okay. I'm okay.
And I gotta say, Kenny's reaction was priceless, but his reaction to the tournament to me that I wish would get jiffed, his shrug when it took so long to double suplex Captain New Japan. Oh, Kenny.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And another guy that I don't want to speak for you. I mean, if you agree, great. But I mean, speaking for myself, another guy that really opened my eyes this year, Evil. I mean, my God.
Dude, and the thing, again, it's the ROH treatment. Again, ROH just, okay, yeah, we'll give him a main event match, but he's not actually a main eventer. He's not actually a star. He shows up in New Japan. All it takes is a change of attire and him joining a faction, and he is a legitimately entertaining guy.
I mean, again, we want to talk about ROH treatment. I know he's nowhere near any of this right now, but Cedric Alexander recently, I got so emotional because I went back on WWE's YouTube channel. I got so emotional hearing those "Please sign Cedric" chants. That young man deserves that shit. I was just so happy for him. And I know it may seem weird to our audience. What? Johnny Scumbag has feelings? You will never live to tell anybody that ever. Except you will, because it's going to be, you know, on air for everybody to see soon enough, like when it's all finished. But regardless, yeah, I could be a sentimental guy, and Cedric Alexander is just absolutely wonderful. And really happy for him. But that's another case of, like, ROH had a main event guy, but then he got injured, and then I feel like they really just became disinterested, which is really sad. And I'll tell you, just great for him. I mean, Camacho and now Tonga Roa here. Oh, that could be it right there. Lethal injection. Holy shit. Oh, but Kenny Omega's like, fuck that.
V-trigger.
Oh, Kenny Omega, such an amazing guy. And I have gone back a little bit and watched like his old matches as a junior heavyweight. Like, it was a little while ago. I watched a match he had with Prince Devitt, now Finn Balor, for the junior heavyweight championship back in like 2009.
Oh my God, I love Adam Page. He's so good.
He's so good. Everybody is so good. Oh, it's a good time, guys. It's a really good time.
Dude, the back body drop driver. That might be actually the end of it. Adam Page might have just won this for the Bullet Club. He did! Holy crap.
Shit.
That was the opponent with Evil and Naito. That's their first loss.
Wow. Holy shit. And Adam Page gets the W.
Yeah, that makes him look strong. I can't wait for their match with the Briscoes now. That's awesome. He's actually going to be on tomorrow's show as well. I think it's going to be a really similar team to this. It's going to be this team minus Kenny Omega plus Tama Tonga and Bad Luck Fale. And their opponents are going to be Okada, Goto, the Briscoes, and Ghetto.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know who's eating the pin in that, baby?
Dude, I'll tell you, Adam Page is only going to get better. He's so good right now, and I feel like we haven't even gotten started yet. Oh, but honestly,
he's a star, man. Like, it's so hilarious to me that, like, I'm in probably ever, I can honestly say that TNA is treating somebody better than ROH did, and that man specifically is Mike Bennett.
Look at Naito just flipping off Kenny Omega, and I certainly agree with you there. And I'll tell you what, though.
I love how you wanted to talk about Naito there just so that you didn't have to admit that TNA was doing good at something.
I know, but I mean, you're not wrong. You're certainly not wrong. But I'll tell you, Bullet Club winning this tag match, if you're a Kenny Omega fan, I mean, me personally, that's kind of a bad sign for Saturday, because I think Naito's going to get the win back and just continue his momentum.
No, dude. You know what though? Naito, to me, if Naito wins the block, I have him winning the tournament. If Kenny Omega wins the block, Tanahashi's winning the tournament.
Fuck you, Tanahashi.
I mean, as much as I'd love to see Kenny Omega win the whole tournament, he actually faced Tanahashi and actually beat him earlier this year. There's no way he's going to beat him twice in the same year.
Right. He's still so OP. And yeah, that again, another. Speaking of which, I would just like to make one point, because I think, wasn't that our tag team main event?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so before we close out and then we do the second live stream of just straight tournament matches. Yeah, I hated how OP Tanahashi was this year. Like, he was actually interesting when he was losing matches early on, and then to roar back like he did was beyond noxious. I just wanted to make that point. God.
Really? I actually thought that it was interesting. I know that might just be me, but especially the Bad Luck Fale win, to me, that's like, oh my God. This is actually New Japan officials trying to help Tanahashi out, and he's just like, oh, all right, well, screw it. I'll take it, man.
I wish they could be more explicit about it, because that would be such a fascinating heel character for Tanahashi. It's like, yeah, I still run this shit. Fuck all of you. Taking these wins. Well,
that's going to be it for our first part here of New Japan Day 17 G1 live reactions. Part 2 is going to be coming up in the next probably 15 minutes, I would say. Maybe even less than that. But we're going to close this out here. So make sure that you all